Since the early 2000s, let's be honest, I've just been a fan of men diving in poo rivers and kicking each other in the nuts. Sure, if I explain it that way, I'm a madman, but Jackass has been a culture staple in England and America for a very long time. And this is finally the long-awaited fourth instalment of the Jackass movie series, Jackass Forever. Now, I'm so glad that the guys did this movie. It's been a long time since we've seen Knoxville and all of the guys together. 3.5, which is actually filmed during Jackass 3, came out in 2011. So it's been years since we got a Jackass movie. It's great to see them. Obviously, in the last 10, 12 years since we had the last film, lots has happened. We had the untimely passing of Ryan Dunn just after the release of 3.5, which is a huge shame, and obviously he was one of the main cast members, and he was one of my favourites because I was red-haired and I had a beard and I was 17, so I loved him. It was a real tragedy when he went, and people of my age all watched the news footage of Bam going to the crash site. It was horrible. It was, it was my childhood. It's like when Paul Walker died. It's childhood. These things have all happened, but I'm glad that the remaining guys, and another part we'll get to later, I'm so glad that the remaining guys got together and gave us one last hurrah.
Hurrah!
Of course, what makes me feel old is that the guys in Jackass are an awful lot older now. When this was filmed, obviously there was a pandemic between, and they had to push this movie back, I think 3 times, because of all of the cinemas closing and coming back again. It was torture. Johnny was 49 when this movie was being done. I think in the first movie, which I have in a collection behind me there in that little void, I think he was 29 maybe, something like that. So it's been a long time. Steve-O he's like in his 40s, like 46 now, something like that. It's really makes me very depressed to see, but trust me, that doesn't make this any less funny. This is still mental, disgusting, way too many dick jokes, poo and all sorts of stuff, but it's just classic Jackass and exceptionally funny, and exactly what we need in this time of some floppy-haired ginger idiot having parties while I was locked in my house and stupid shit like that, and Russia trying to kill everyone. It's great to just see Erin McGeehy's nipple get bitten by a spider. Am I asking too much to have something normal like a man getting kicked in the nuts? It's not too much to ask for, is it? Stop all the killing, let's just kick each other in the balls. Obviously there is a couple of changes since the original cast. We still have Preston, Erin, Dave England, Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, all the guys you know and love. They have actually brought in 6 additional cast members. Poopies, Zach, you've got Rachel. There's a couple of guys in there that are taking the bigger hits, because I think if you go on IMDb, like Wee Man has said, this is the most painful film we've ever done. I'll be honest with you, not the biggest stunts they've ever done. They've done a lot worse in the original 3 movies. It's obvious they're 50-year-old men. You're not just going to bounce back like you used to. So they had to get these guys in. There's a stunt with a big slide down a hill made of lube. They had to get the other guys to do it because Steve-O's broken enough bones and he won't bounce back from it. It's a bit depressing because you want to see the guys get the big hits. They do some big stuff and some really disgusting stuff, but it's funny and they do what they have to, and they're still the limelight. But they give these new guys a chance to shine, and they are really good. Zach has been in his own YouTube stuff, like jumping into cactus and stuff. Yes, he's an idiot, but I love it. Poopies is a little bit annoying for me. Rachel, kind of underused, which is a shame, but maybe, which is what me and the missus were saying in the car on the way back, maybe they'll make a newer TV show with these new guys in it, because they're good enough that they can take the torch. Yeah, you might have to have Knoxville come back and do some bits and introduce some stuff to keep it fresh, But I think MTV could pick it up again and do another series of Jackass maybe with these new guys. They're that good and they're that competent, which is great to see. And Knoxville and the guys have found some decent people to take over. So it's not a bad point. It's just, you know, don't expect Chris Pontius to do shit and Steve-O get hit in the head or whatever. It's not, you know, you're not going to see them do the big hits anymore. Just be prepared for that it's not going to be all them. You're going to get these other guys literally getting the 7 bills of shit beaten out of them because that's what they're there for. Now obviously it made news, and I was watching Instagram very worried about a year and a half ago. Bam Margera isn't in this one because he failed drug tests while on the sound stages and on you know, in with the crew, so they couldn't actually contractually let him be in the movie anymore. Then he sued Jeff Tremaine, the director. He sued Knoxville Dick House, his production company, Paramount, the people that put all these films together. He sued them all. He's kind of, you know, burnt his bridges a little bit. Ever since Ryan died, he's been on a steady slope, and before then he's been drinking since he was 19. It's really got on to him. So I'm doing this a couple of days late, so to spoil it, Bam does appear in the movie once. He doesn't have any speaking lines. He's in a skit involving a marching band, and that's it. They did say that in the press release. Johnny did come out and say that we will have Bam in one. I think maybe because they had enough injuries in it that you had to kind of show it, but they don't acknowledge that Bam's there, which is fair enough. I'm sad to see, because I've got a box there that I still haven't moved yet that has all of Viva La Bam in it. Unholy Union. I love Bam. He's one of my favourite guys in the whole Jackass crew, but it just can't get together. Steve-O did it. He, you know, was a mental case, but not in the regard that Bam has, you know, Bam's dug a lot of graves here, and it's really unfortunate because I really wanted him to come back and I was rooting for him to get better, and watching those Instagram posts was heartbreaking. But we are where we are. One thing that you will notice with Jackass Forever is that a lot of the skits involve fucking with Danger Ehren. He makes my missus feel sick. He's really weird. Him and Dave England are the weird ones. Kind of, you know, separate themselves from the Jackass crew because they do disgusting shit. Dave literally shits like a fountain. If you're a big fan, you know. But a lot of these skits involve Ehren getting hit. You know, the famous cut test that Johnny did on the TV show back in 2001. They make Danger do it with like a pogo stick and a UFC fighter and all these other things, like a softball thrower, the world's fastest softball thrower. She smacks one at his nuts. He gets in a lot of the sketches, far more than he did in the series and the other 3 movies. I actually grew to like him. He was really funny. His reactions are genuine, and it's good to see that, yeah, okay, Johnny and that, but let's give him a good nut shot. There's a lot more Chris Pontius. He's not just being party boy and wearing a bikini as Bunny the lifeguard. He's, you know, okay, he squashes his dick into a weird PVC thing and uses it as a paddle, which kind of gross, made me wince a little bit. But they're using some of the guys that weren't necessarily in the originals all that much, which is cool. Seeing Ehren and Pontius do all the bigger stuff, having more fun with them, seeing some of the other guys, as I said earlier, not doing all that much, fine. But you get them when they do the big stuff, and that's just great. Jackass Forever is a huge nostalgia trip, all the way down to the credits where they show you lots of old sketches, some of the old guys doing their own thing, and at the end, you know, Jackass Forever, Ryan Dunn Forever, which is a great way to end it. This is the swan song of Jackass, the original crew at least. Maybe Johnny will try and get a series commissioned with the new guys. Who knows? They were good enough to carry it. If you love Jackass in general, you will love this. It's classic formula. It never gets old. When we were in the movie theatre, normally we are dead silent. It was pretty packed out for a Friday night at like 7 p.m. and the whole place was a riot of laughter. And it's one of those franchises that we need right now, and the world's going to shit, and I've got liars and politicians that don't care about us in the world. All I want to see is a bunch of morons from America smack each other in the balls. It is perfect for what it needs to be, and it is all it is. It doesn't need to be anything. It doesn't need to change the world. It doesn't need to give Daniel Day-Lewis another Oscar. It just needs to be Knoxville and his mates being knobheads. What's wrong with that? Do I recommend Jackass Forever? Of course I do, because Jackass is forever. So there you have it, guys. There is my take on Jackass Forever. Have you seen the movie? Please let me know. Are you a big fan? Have you been since the beginning? Do you like Viva La Bam? Are you sad about all the things I said about him? Please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Let's chat about it. Guys, until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Catch Mr. Chris Stuckman. We're only a few million behind, so we'll get there. But until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.